Hello friends, happy afternoon. You are being joined by me, Jen, with Jen's Creative Stampers. I'm coming to you live this afternoon at 4 o'clock Eastern for my third of 4 in total videos for today. This is my online spring mini and Sale-a-Bration online catalog launch. So welcome. If you're not familiar with me or with my stamping, I offer many different classes and events to go as well as in person. And I also join you live every Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time and bring you a free card class each week that you can earn where I send that directly to your home. So if you haven't yet subscribed and not hit the bell for notification on YouTube, do that. That way each time I post a video, you can see what I'm offering, what I am giving to you. I love to give you so much value for your money, and I treasure each and every one of you, my customers, and my stamping community. So you guys are amazing, and I thank you all for shopping and just hanging with me, right? So welcome. Thanks for joining. Okay, so we have seen a lot of product today. We've seen a lot of fun things, a lot of inspiration, a lot of different samples, and I'm going to do it again. So this is the third of the 4 videos today. We're focusing in on this new mini catalog that's coming out on the 7th. It launches for all customers live on my online store. And we're also putting it together with the Sale-a-Bration, which is all the free product, right? So you get to choose free. I love it. So my exclusive sale or not even a sale, it's just an exclusive offering I'm giving you. It's an ordering special for $75 and more that you spend using this host code here that you see on my, the actual link is in my the comments or in the detail section, but using that host code, that will get you all of the projects that I have created with you today. So that I am really excited about, to get the new product in your hand, okay? As well as, just a recap, for all customers who order $120 cumulative from me for January and February, you'll automatically be you'll be invited to an exclusive stamp event with me, which is online. You're going to get the packet in the mail. It's completely free for you, but it's something that I'm doing for all of my customers who qualify, and I'm excited to bring that to you. So it'll be all new projects, all new product, and you're going to get that in the mail. And that is a special thank you from me for shopping with me during Sale-a-Bration. So that'll be for all your orders, 120 and more, during January, during February, using the host codes that I have posted. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. Seen a lot of stuff today. It's been a lot of fun to come live with you guys. I am going to point you down and show you some new products. So we're going to be focused on some really colorful, you guys can see all of my ink pads here. I'll move this down. We are going to be focusing on the terrific Toadstools. This is fun. In case you didn't know, Toadstools are mushrooms. But how fun is that? This is a fantastic photopolymer stamp set that I have really fallen in love with. It really is fun to create all of these amazing little mushrooms, and a couple of cute sayings popping up to say hi, you are magical, and just a little thank you. So super fun. The punch, now I don't know if you guys are familiar, but punch bundles usually sell out first because they're simple, easy to use. There's 2 mushroom tops that this cuts out. It would be this one, the 2 largest, this one here and this one here, okay? And then it punches, I think it's exactly, maybe it's a little bit smaller than this one here, than this stamp, okay? So we're going to use those together. Super excited to show you some other products that coordinate. I was using this earlier. I showed you a sample of, this is the Starstruck embossing folder. It's free for your Sale-a-Bration selection. You can get this for free. It's an amazing embossing folder. It has actually little stars in the middle, but they kind of look like flowers. Somebody said that they look like fireworks, so there's a lot of different variances as far as what people see when they look at it, but it's amazing. Everybody agrees for that. This is a free Sale-a-Bration item we're going to be using. This is the purple Adhesive-Back Sequins. You can also choose this for free with a $60 order. And then lastly, probably a showstopper, is this incredible designer series paper that we are going to be creating with. This is a free item in the Sale-a-Bration catalog, and it is colorful, it is beautiful, it's bold, and I love it, and I know you will too. So we're going to create some projects using this paper. Isn't that so pretty? And so I wanted to show you that, and then yeah, we'll get to these projects. I'm super excited to show you those. Okay, if there's no questions, we will get started. We are, move this out to the side here. You guys are doing okay? Having a good afternoon, I hope. Hello, Maggie. Hello, Cassie. Everybody say hi. Yes. Hey, Amy with an I. This is our first project, and it opens like this. And it opens like this. Now, we saw a similar card this morning with a different bundle. And this is so cute. Look at that. So it really focuses on those sweet little mushrooms, and I love it. How are you, Maggie? Good to see you. I hope you're coming to my retreat. It sounds like you guys might be coming. That's going to be awesome. Yeah, this is darling. And this circle was run through the Starstruck embossing folder. Isn't that cute to give it more detail? There, you can really see the detail. Okay, so let's make this card together. Super fun, super cute. Looks like I have all my pieces. And looks like everything has been, I scored it all too. Yay me. That is a great thing. Okay. So we have our card base, which is Melon Mambo. It kind of looks red on the screen, but it's Melon Mambo. It's bright pink. And we have a piece of basic white, which has been scored. And let me get my bone folder. You just want to burnish those score marks. So my January 25th event is going to be so much fun. And I cannot wait to show you all the things in store. I'm so excited. Yay. I love spoiling you guys. Can you tell? It's so fun. Okay, so we got a piece of basic white here that's going to be on the inside of our card. We have a piece of that cute, cute, cute designer series paper. Look at this. I love this piece with the pink and white, or pink and white. Yeah, that's light pink and dark pink, which is, I think, pretty. It's Mambo, and is that pretty in pink? Maybe not. I don't know. I think it's flirty. It's super pretty. And then we have, again, this circle. That's from the Stylish Shapes, and I run it through the Starstruck. Piece of basic white. Another piece of designer series paper, and this as well as this. Okay, so let's go ahead and put it all together. We're going to kind of lay it out. I like to lay it out before I actually do it. So this will go here, and this designer series paper is going to go on the inside of that basic white. Okay, and then got some pieces there. This is our scrap to go ahead and stamp on. This is our sentiment, and these are going to be for the inside. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to make some room here You ever notice how like a really nice, big, open workspace becomes so small when you start pulling all your stuff out? Anybody experience that like me? Feel like, whoa, I thought I had a lot of room here. Well, it quickly goes. It gets eaten up, right, with the, let me see which I need here. With all the fun things that we have. So I'm just loading all of these Toadstool pieces up on our blocks as we'll need them. We'll do this together. And what else do I need? I think I need one other. Nope, I just need that. I think that's it, along with my sentiment for this card. So I hope you guys have enjoyed all the fun things that I brought to you so far today. Get another block here. Like I said, I've had a fun time bringing it to you. I've worked several hours trying to get all of these designed and created, all ready for you, right? I love it. Okay, so here we go. Why don't we go ahead and start by, I'm going to use the Early Espresso. This is actually going to be the color. You know what? I'm changing it. I need a neutral. So on my original, I did Early Espresso, but I think what I like better is Basic Gray. For a neutral, my neutral will be used for my sentiment. So I'm going to stamp that first. It's a little softer. And it seems to really, got hair all over me, seems to really pair well with this sheet of designer paper. So there's popping up to say hi, right? So we got that. Now we're going to get our Toadstool bases, or the stems, right? That's what they are. I'm going to do it in the Basic Gray as well. I'm going to do a better job using my mat, which I told you guys about earlier. Okay, so I'm going to stamp that twice. There's one and two, and then I'm going to turn it over and do the big stem. So pretty. Never knew Toadstools could be so pretty, did you? I like it. Now this is a very vibrant bundle, especially with that designer paper that's free through Sale-a-Bration. So you're going to want to grab some of that if you like this suite. Now the bundle is only $39.50. It's very inexpensive, so I highly recommend it. This is Melon Mambo. All right, so we're going down. Let's see here. I need to do it like that. Let's go on the edge there, and then we're going to do this other one. I'm going to do one in orange, which is pumpkin pie. And then I'm going to do another one. Get it good and inked. I kind of move it all around the pad, right? Hi, Christina. Great to see you. Told your mom I hope to see you guys. That'd be extra special. And then I'm going to stamp that down. So colorful. And then lastly, we're going to do our fresh freesia. There we go. How's your day going, everyone? Everybody having a fun day? Hopefully you're getting some crafting in. Hopefully I'm helping to inspire you to want to do some crafting, right? I love that. All right, so we've got those down. And then I believe I stamped, no, I didn't stamp anything inside. We'll see how we feel when we get closer to the end. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to fussy cut these stems. Now I'm going to get close on those. I'm going to have a little bit of white showing. Now the punch, you're going to see there's not much, not any white that shows. So I'm going to try and match that. Try and get as close as I can. Fussy cutting. Who is in stamp fussy cutting? I'm not in your camp. But I do it for small things just like this because it's easy. It's quick, right? Not hard. Especially little toadstool stems. They really are cute. So we're just cutting this out, making sure to get most of that white. Just get it right on the line. Okay. And then we're going to use our punch. I love this big toadstool stem. Isn't that cool how it kind of like, I don't know, mushrooms are weird, right? But they're kind of amazing at the same time. I remember as a child, my dad loved going mushroom hunting. Anybody familiar with mushroom hunting? This is from what I remember, okay? I never went, but this is what I remember my dad saying. So when it was, I think it was like in the springtime, maybe it was in the fall, one of the two seasons, when there was a rain, a gentle rain, then the next day or later that afternoon, I don't remember, but in the woods when there's like moisture and it's shady and all the things were happening in the woods, right? You would find these mushrooms to pop up literally within like hours of that rain. Like it wasn't even maybe that long. So we're just going to, you see how I left that little flag on there for me to grab it so that I can just punch it out, okay? See how it went ahead and cut out and has some of the pink left on there? That's how this is. It's so cool. So anywho, they would go mushroom hunting, he and his friends, and I didn't do a good job on this one. And so anyway, they would actually hunt these mushrooms that they wanted to eat. And so it was like a delicacy of all the things, right? Like how crazy is that? I never liked them as a kid, but I love mushrooms now. They're good for you, right? So just a little fun story to go along with our little toadstools. So as you can see, I use the putty end of my take your pick tool to kind of fish that in there and actually hold it so that I could get it punched where I want it, right? So there's more than one way to do this. You may have a better way. The better way would be to actually have a flag on it like I did the first one. So I'm just trying to get this lined up to where I want it. There we go. And punch it. Cool. So there's no white edge on those mushrooms, which I think is really cool. So really you get the full effect of the actual mushroom itself. Okay. So then what we're going to do is we're going to take our glue, and I'm just going to put a little dab on the top and attach the large. Am I going to do it that way? Let's just wipe that off. We're going to change what we're doing. I'm going to put the glue right here. And literally just place that right over top. Okay? And let it hold there. You can just get yours. You can also attach it underneath like I was going to do, but decided not to. Just so I have the full detail on the top. Put a little dab of glue right there for both of those. And then, again, I'm going to attach them just like that. Hold it if you're doing liquid glue. I love how colorful this is. This is really my jam. All right, so there's our mushrooms. You guys like those? Aren't they so pretty? Scooch them off. Okay, so there we go on that. Now we're going to assemble our card. I'm going to add this designer paper. This is a super, super easy card. Put it right here on the front flap, right? And then I'm going to take our designer paper with those little snails and ladybugs. I love that. Just a little dab. So I would appreciate it if you guys would share my videos. I would love to expand my network and to let other people know what we're doing and inspire other people, because what we have is so much joy and so much fun. I want to be able to share that with other people. So if you would be so kind, share my videos, share them to people on your socials and invite them to follow me. I would love that, and I would appreciate that so much. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and attach this so that's hanging off a little bit here, right? And then I'm going to stick this little guy kind of a little under that, also on dimensionals. And here we go. So that guy's growing that way. And then the Fresh Freesia one is going to kind of come in, kind of underneath there. Fun stuff. And this guy won't come off. There we go. All right. This one's going to be kind of growing off to that side like that. You guys like that? Isn't that fun? And then I'm going to attach it just to the front flap, right? Because I want it to be able to open and stand up. So I need to just attach it with dimensionals. I'm just going to add them right here. I'm going to do maybe 3. That'll be the lowest point. And then that'll be the top point. Okay. Now, there is an option actually. I didn't do it on my original card. What we could do is actually use some of this fun ribbon, which I love this ribbon. This is the Black and Vanilla ribbon. I actually have it in the description. You could just attach it and tie it in a bow here off to the side. Try to keep it between those dimensionals. There we go. And kind of do it at a side. All right. There we go. Kind of pointing down like that. Isn't that pretty? I love the ribbon. Okay. And then we're going to attach this here, kind of underneath that. I need to leave room for my popping up to say hi. I'm going to put it on the top. So we've got that adhered down. And now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut that in the middle. I'm going to flag the ends. Very, very simple. No fancy anything required. Maybe get that a little bit deeper to match it. I love this card. I think this is so fun. So my friend Ange actually designed the card, and I love it so much, like I said. So I'm going to go ahead and actually glue this part down. So that's where my inspiration came from. And I love that. That's what we do in our community, right? We show each other different ways to use the products, and we inspire each other to try new things and to copy. Have you guys ever heard of CASE? Copy and share everything, CASE. So that's what we're doing. How fun is that? And then you guys get to see how fun this is too. All right, so we got the main part of our card done. I think we need to stamp inside. I think so. What do you guys think? Super fun. Let's use this Melon Mambo to match our card. Oh, I just globbed it up there. I have something on my stamp. See if I can go back down. Okay. Not too shabby. Clean my block off here. Okay, so got that clean. Now I'm going to cap this up, and I'm going to come back in with the pumpkin pie, and I'm going to stamp that one under there. Looks like a happy place for it, right? And then my basic gray. I already took my stems and put them back on. There's one stem and then the other stem on the other side. Okay, so we're going to come in here. Let me get my piercing mat because that makes it just stamp so much better. So I'm going to come in with my piercing mat. Just go right up to that mushroom. Now I should have, you can see how I stamped on my piercing mat, and that's going to transfer off. You guys don't want to do that. So use your paper as well on top of your, if you're stamping off, right? So let me grab this one. So fun. And there's that. All right, so we got those. That's going to be for the inside, and actually you probably want to stamp it up in there. That's okay. We're not perfection. We're not making these toadstools for nature, right? So all is good. Okay, there we go. So we've got an inside of our card as well. And so we're going to glue this down. And you also have the option of using the designer paper strips that you cut off for the front. You could use those on the inside also. And how fun is that, right? So literally, like, you can cut that off and use that right on the edge. Here's a longer one. Isn't that fun? Maybe we should do that. Let's cut it off. Just fancy it right up, right? So literally, I'm just going to do a 1/2 inch because I don't want it to cover my toadstool. And then I'm going to do 4 inches wide because that's the inside basic white width. But I love the orange and the melon mambo in here. So fun. I have so many more projects to show you guys. I'm like looking around my craft room. It's like, wow, I have a lot. So I'm excited to show you that. So we're going to actually, I'm just going to slide that down all the way at the bottom so it doesn't totally cover up this one. Okay, so there we go. And then we need to attach this to the front, right in the center. So turn that over. Do you guys love seeing projects? Hey Ramona, great to see you. How are you doing? How was your trip to Nashville, Tennessee? Loved seeing you go. That's where I was raised, and such an amazing place, isn't it? Make that a little bit shorter here. I love Nashville. If you've not gotten a chance to go to Nashville, you need to go. It's changed a lot in 30 years, but you know, it's still a great place. I have so many great memories. Okay, so there we go. We're going to also use, like I said, these fun sequins. And we've got this beautiful pink popping up. Oops, come on now. Don't fail me on live, right? And then we've got a light pink. Put it right on that toadstool. And then we've got kind of a purpley. Let's put it right here on that snail. The inside of that snail. So cool, right? It's pretty. Those like glisten so pretty. I just love them. All right, and there is card number 1. So you can see how it folds out and folds out this way. You open it up. So fun, right? All right, so there's card number 1. And remember, with all $75 orders between today and next Saturday, the 11th, you are going to get the materials to make all the cards that I'm creating live. So if you see me creating it live, you're going to get a copy of like everything, one of everything that I'm using. All right, so there's the first card. The second card, I love this card too. This was inspired by my friend Jamie. And it is beautiful, so beautiful, and it uses the very same color schemes. Isn't that fun? So let me show you how simple it is. So you take a piece of 6x6 designer paper and you score it, and literally that is all you do. And you take your basic white, which I have here. One will be the inside, and one will be the outside. Okay. What we're going to do now is I need to get some granny apple to be specific. I hear my son. I'm just kind of listening. You guys know how that is? Like, what is he doing? Just like, what is that? All right, so I'm going to adhere this. This is like a little mound. I think it's like a mossy mound. I'm going to ink that up in Granny Apple Green. We're going to do the front first. And I made a mess on this. This is why you shouldn't use larger blocks than what you have on your stamp. Let me just clean it off, because you end up getting ink all over, and then you don't want that to transfer to your project. So I'm going to use a smaller block. The D block is my favorite. It's probably the one that we use the most, and most things fit on a D block. All right, so I'm going to just stamp this down here. Get some firm pressure. Okay. And then we're going to start with our mushrooms again. So we're going to do a fresh freesia. And I'm going to use the smaller mushroom here. And I'm just going to stamp that. So I'm going to actually need to pop that up. I'm going to get some scrapped white. I have a little like pouch full of basic white scraps here. Trying to find one big enough. Here we go. There we go. That's a good scrap. It's actually more like a card front, right? Okay. So there we go. We're going to use this for our scrap. And just stamp the mushroom there. We're going to use our melon mambo again. And that little guy is over here. He is very big, so I want to make sure I get a good image. It looks like I'm stamping off of the screen. Here we go. I can also adjust my camera a little bit. That may be better. Okay. And then what we're going to do is take pumpkin pie and before I do that, let me see what we're doing here. All right, so I'm going to bring this back. I'm going to put a pause on that. I want to make sure that my stems are in place before because not all of these are popped up. So you take your big stem, right? And I'm going to go down and stamp that with my basic gray. And then I'm going to take the other, where did I put it? My stem for this one. See, it's actually this other one. So there's a really, really short stem on here in this set. And I'm going to use that twice. So I'm going to use that for this one, stamp that one. And then I'm going to get this itty bitty bitty little one that's hanging off the side of that heel. Isn't that cute? All right, and then there's this other stem, which kind of is just a different type of mushroom. And it has some of these little, like, I don't know, they're like curvy kind of stems. They're cool. So it makes it a little bit different. I love different. So we're going to grab the two smallest mushrooms here. We're going to do that little trio that goes on here. We're going to stamp that directly onto our paper. All right, and we're going to get it to where it's just going inside of there. Okay, and then we are going to also use Poppy Parade. I'll leave that out for a minute. Let me get Poppy Parade, which also coordinates with this. And there's this teeny tiny little mushroom top that we're going to have him live right over here. Oh, why is that not? Sometimes when you guys get your stamps when they're brand new, you kind of have to take them and clean them to kind of get the manufacturing kind of that layer off of them so that you get a good image, right? So sometimes I've even heard people say like, oh, I just cleaned it on my jeans or whatever. It's just getting that little surface kind of cleaned off from that thin, I don't even know what it is, thin something, right, from manufacturing. So if you're not getting a good image, try that because that's probably the problem. All right, so we've got this. Now I need one other thing here. It's a piece of fresh freesia, and we are going to stamp our Poppin' Up to Say Hi in our basic gray. to die cut that. I didn't die cut that out yet, so I'm going to do that. But before I do, let's see, I've got that, got this, I think I've got everything I need here. So I'm going to just take this, cut this off so I can get it into my my punch, right? I'm going to fussy cut this one because this is like the flat one. It's not in the punch. And you notice that I'm not turning my hand or my scissors. I'm actually just turning the paper. It's an easy way to have full control and get those kind of smooth turns or the curves. Okay. There's that one. And now I'm going to use this as my little handle or whatever. Punch that guy out. Okay, there we go. So I think we have what we need. Let me die cut this and we'll be good to go. 1 second. Okay, this was with the stylish shapes. If you guys don't have that yet, add it to your shopping list because seriously, I use it every day. Every day. It's one of our best sellers. That and the Nested Essentials dies. Both of those are a must-have. Okay, so I'm just going to put dimensionals on the mushroom tops and going to stick that one down. This only needs probably one right in the middle. Isn't that fun? And some of these, like I said, are die cut and some are stamped direct, and that's just really to give it some variation, right? So the different heights and things, which makes it very interesting. So here is the front of the card. We're going to do Popping Up to Say Hi. Again, that's on Fresh Freesia. We're going to do 2 dimensionals there. Have it hanging off a little bit. I'm going to line this up. And I want that kind of coming off that layer a little bit. Okay, so let's do this. Let's go ahead and flip it over. Line it up how we want it on the card. Maybe we want it out to the edge. Maybe. Nah. Let's put it centered. So that means there's just going to be glue right here. All right. Put that line back up. Even. Centered. Love it. All right, now we need the center. Here's the center, the middle, or the inside, whatever. We're actually going to grab Granny Apple Green. And you can make this however fancy you want and however clean and simple. It's really up to you, whatever you like. Get my stamp off paper again here. And I'm just going to come up with the greenery. Whoops, I almost dropped it. And kind of come off the side there. Okay. And then I'm going to grab my 3 stems that we had before. And I'm going to do the basic gray to get those on the inside. Hi Heidi, good to see you. Thanks for joining. And I'm just going to stamp that now. This mushroom is actually kind of coming out of the greenery, right? That's kind of how it happens in nature. So that's pretty cool. All right, and now what we're going to do is take get this closed up. I'm going to take Poppy Parade, oops, And I'm going to use that little 3 mushroom top. Get your ink all over your pad. This is really pretty. So pretty, right? All right, there we go. Love this so much. Okay. All right, now what we're going to do is actually glue this down. Over, and literally what we want to do is make sure that this is going to be hidden. It's the same size, the inside and the top, and glue it down like that. Even if it's not really 100% perfect, it's white on white, you're not going to see it. Isn't that just such a fun card? Love that so much. Now we're going to pull up back our beautiful adhesive, what are these? Sequins, right? And I'm going to do this, popping up. Oops, come on now. It's really sticky on my, take your pick tool. Get that stuck down on there good. Okay. All right, so this is card number 2 for you guys. Using a little bit different designer paper. Isn't that fun? Love that so much. 1 and 2. So there we go. And then, let's see what else we have in store for you. I do have one more card, if you want to see it. I would love to show it to you. And that means you would get it in your kit as well. You'd like that, Debbie, huh? That's so fun. This is a completely different take on this week. Completely different take. Here is another way you can do these cute little mushrooms. Now, you see a lot going on in there, right? Different designer series paper. I have what is called, let me show it to you. It's the Serene Love that is available in my online store right now, actually. And it is this. So, focuses on Old Olive. And it has all of these beautiful flowers, Lost Lagoon and Night of Navy. So you saw the card that I showed you earlier. This card, it came from this pack of paper. And so this paper has actually been redesigned. It's one that we had back a long time ago. I think it was part of the Cottage Rose. And so this is actually, it's called Serene Love. Item number is 166261. And it's Lost Lagoon, Night of Navy, and Old Olive. So I love, love, love this paper so much. And I really love that blue piece. So I've actually, I just went ahead and cut it. So I will go ahead and create this card with you. And it uses the Night of Navy and the Cherry Cobbler. And it also has the neutrals basic gray. No, it's gray granite. So let me grab that. Gray granite. No, kidding. Smoky slate. Smoky slate, you have these colors. Not espresso. Smoky slate, Night of Navy, pecan pie, and cherry color. Aren't those so pretty together? Completely different color palette for this bundle. I've not seen anybody create with these other colors. So let's give it a whirl. Let's see how you like it. I'll get these bright colors off to the side. Put these down that we're going to be working with, right? And I'm also featuring one of my favorite ribbons, and it is the white and sheer ribbon. I love it. It just blings the whole card out. So you take a half piece of your cherry cobbler, and score it in half, right? And we're going to open it this way, so a little bit different. You take your designer paper and we're going to adhere it down. But I really loved the look that it gave. And to me it almost like makes it more natural feeling. I don't know, it just made me, I don't know. I'll show you the part that made me think that. And you guys can tell me what you think. And then, so what we can do is adhere this Night of Navy down over that. Let's see, which one did I do? Let me go ahead and do my ribbon. Get some ribbon out here. I'm gonna lay this out on this side so that we can tie that. Whoops, don't let that stay crooked. All right, there we go. Okay, make sure you're unwinding enough of your ribbon so you're not trying too hard to do a bow with too little ribbon. That's hard. All right, so we're just going to tie a bow off to the side here. Isn't that pretty? That already pops. There we go. Okay. There where we want it. Now I'm not cutting it off quite yet. So now what we're going to do, there's the inside. We're going to take the front of our card. And we are going to get our blocks out here. And let me get the other mushroom top. Okay. So we've got the more flat one, and we've got the large one that we've been using, right? And then we've got the little trio with the base there. Just get that loaded up. And then we've got that big base, right? Which I love this. I love the design, how the designer created this. We should really give it up for our designers at Stampin' Up. They have done an amazing job. Love, love, love this catalog. I've said it probably 3 times already this morning, but I do. I love the products that they have created for us. So fun. All right, and here's our sentiment. So let's start with the top of this so that we know we have enough room, right? We want to make sure that we have the, make sure this is the right size, yep. That we're doing this in Night of Navy. Popping up to say hi. And this is a super, super simple card. Great card for a beginner stamper. It looks complicated, but it is not. And the reason it looks complicated is because it has all the layers. But layers are not hard. So, okay, here we go. You always want to start with largest to smallest when you're using a 1-layer card, which is what we're doing, right? Stamping on this in a 1 layer. So, let me get my stamp off paper here because I will be coming off of the page. And let's get resituated here, y'all. You see? Make sure you can see there. All right. So we get our stem inked back up. Get that kind of going off of the page. Some fuzzies, I don't know where that's at coming from. And then we're going to do our large mushroom here, and this is pecan pie. Some would say that's more the natural color of the mushrooms, and I would agree. Okay. there's that one. And then we're going to move to the next smaller one, which is this other one here, and it needs a stem as well. So I'm going to do the stem first, just like we did on the other one. Kind of get that coming up off there like that. And paint this one up here right in the middle of those little white lines. And as the ink dries, it does kind of lighten up a little bit, right? But where we've double stamped it, you can see that it's kind of underneath. It does kind of give that illusion. That's what we want anyway. And then we're going to come in with our little kind of curvy stems. We're going to do a short one here, and we're going to do a long one. We want different heights, right? Makes it interesting. Then we're going to do one here, and maybe just that one coming off of that side. Does that look cool? I think that looks very balanced. Okay, well, we can always add to it. Can't ever take it away. So let's just start with that. So we've got our stems. We have our sentiment. Now we're going to fill in with the 3 little mushroom tops. And this is where it really comes together and it pops. Those colors are just so pretty. Who said that you can't use a Christmas color all year long, right? That's what cherry cobbler reminds me of Christmas. But man, this is like so pretty how this came together. So there's this one. Give it the firm pressure. Isn't that pretty? Voila, I love it. Hello, Miss Deb, how are you? Hope you're doing well. And then we're going to stamp this one. Debbie, I do too. I love this color combination. And then we're going to do this one. It kind of makes it look more, I don't know, natural, is it? More natural tones. Maybe it's just me being crazy. So this one will be kind of off to the side. Can you see that other one kind of stamped on there? Fun, fun. I like it. All right. Now I see I got cherry cobbler all over this block. Next thing is going to happen, I get it all over my fingers. I'm trying to keep that from happening. All right. So here we go. I think that looks like we have enough, don't you? And what we're going to do is we will literally start gluing this down. Going to put this on some cherry cobbler. And looks like I might have cut that either wrong or we'll see how it goes down. Might need to trim it down a little bit. Oh, heavenly day, I sure do. So, we're going to trim that bad boy down and get it more even. Let's see. And maybe a little bit on this side too. Smidge. All right, perfect. No, but still it looks much better. All right, so let's see how this goes on the front of our card. And I love it. I love it so much. Okay, we're gonna pop this up though. So get our dimensionals out and so we were out while I was off on my break. I call it my break, right? From what time? Finished my live about 1, and then we got back about 10 before the hour. And it is, I guess this Arctic blast is going to reach us. I don't know. It just seems like it's definitely much cooler. And I'm not happy about it. But we'll take whatever we get, right? It could be a lot worse. Up north, everybody's getting blasted with it. So that is just crazy. Sorry if you live up north. That was partly why we moved south, to have the beach and the mountains literally within 3 hours, and it's been so much better. Okay, so there's our card. Do you guys like that? I didn't actually have any gems per se, but you know what we can always use is our free ones from Sale-a-Bration. So we've got the white ones, and I'm just going to add these here. I love that. Isn't that so pretty for the front? We're going to stamp the inside too, I think. Just don't know what. Let's see. What do you want to stamp it? Let's get that kind of grassy. I'm going to do Old Olive for that. And I think moss is really kind of greenish, so we're going to do this on the inside, off to the side there. It doesn't look right. My ink didn't go on there very well, so let's try that again. Okay. And get a good image the first time. So we're going to do it right on the edge. That looks good. And then literally we're going to do this guy in cherry copper. Let me do pause. Let's go ahead and get our stem first. That way we know where he's going. This is a pecan. That one. I think he needs another one. He needs a friend. He looks very lonely. Let's do that one. Okay. So we're going to do the small guy first. There's that. And let's go back to our original. Get that right in between those white lines. Doesn't that look fun? I love that. They're going to be so shocked when they open it up. Okay, now we're going to cap all these inks. We're going to call this card Super Cute and Finished, right? So we're going to open that up, put our adhesive of choice. You can use Seal or you can use green glue, whatever you want. Oops, don't do it upside down. That would not be good. Standard inside, 4 by 5 1/4. Fun, right? You know what? I forgot a very important piece to this. This is what made me feel like this was like more natural. I was going to show y'all. All right, we haven't used this stamp yet. Let me just show you. I love this so much. Okay, put this guy down here. All right, now the card is finished. What do you think about that? Isn't that cool? Like the little bug? I think it might be like, I don't know. It's like, it's not a ladybug, right? I don't know what kind of bug it is, but that kind of made me feel like it was more natural. Do you guys like that? So fun. And you've got this beautiful ribbon, which is a bow, and it just adds some gentle sparkle with the free gems here that are going to be your choice for the Sale-a-Bration. And then you open it up, and look at that grassy knoll, or that mound of moss. Whatever grows in the wild, right? With mushrooms. Just whatever it is. So fun. So that is your third card with this amazing suite of products and this amazing bundle. One last card I was going to show you that I designed and created is this one. And how fun is that? It's using that kind of double, I did 3 I think, of the mossy kind of mounds, and then had this coming out the side. I used the heart gems and did just a little banner with the designer paper, and then I put some also on the inside. How fun is that? And it allows the designer paper to show through. So just another example, but I hope that you guys have enjoyed this. I have several, can't find my mouse, several other suites of products and a lot of stuff. You guys can see my room. It's like tons of stuff laid out, all for y'all to be able to enjoy and see and be inspired. So I hope that's happening. It's right now a little bit after 5. I will be back live at 7 o'clock Eastern time, and I'm going to feature one other bundle, which I think is absolutely adorable. It's darling. It's fun for all different occasions. It completely shocked me and when I started playing with it and creating with it. So I hope that you see the inspiration as well and you get a lot of good ideas from me. But then I've got other suites that I'm not even able to create with because I've run out of time. So 7 o'clock, meet me here, YouTube, Facebook. I'll be live. I'm going to demonstrate a suite, and I'm going to show you some other suites as well with a lot of different ideas. So if you need anything, let me know, but I'll see you back at 7. Thanks for joining me.